Hello and welcome to my video today. I'm going to do a very simple do-it-yourself mixed media greeting card. So I'm going to show you how I go through the process of making my own cards. It's really an easy step, and I know that cards can get really expensive these days, so this is a really simple solution. So I'm going to start off using satin medium for the papers because it puts them down real nice. And I'm actually going to use this card that I got. It's actually a pre-scored watercolor card. So I bought a whole box of these. They're the Strathmore watercolor cards, and they have like a really nice heaviness to them. So I know that they can handle some mixed media papers and glues. And then they also come with an envelope. So it's really handy. So I did set aside a few papers that I was just kind of interested in the colors, but things can always change during the process. So I am going to get started and we can kind of figure it out as we go. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you'll know when I release other videos. Okay, so just getting started with these different colored papers, I was generally drawn to this green and yellow piece because it had a really nice design on it, but it also had some of that white space because I knew I wanted to put some kind of sentiment on it. So I don't generally plan ahead too much when I'm doing these type of things, but I did like that yellow and just kind of the open areas to create some other cool designs. So I'm just measuring out so I can glue it down and then just trying to put together somewhat of a design for the card. This is a paper cutter I got. I really love using it because it does give me nice sharp edges and straight edges, which can kind of be tricky with scissors. So I really love this print, and I also love that little white area there. So I wanted to include that in the card. And this is a jelly print I made on some scrapbook paper. So it was just something real easy to print up and use again. So I realized through the process, which is a lot of editing all the time, I didn't really want to include the yellow because I like the effect of the greenish blue and the hot pink together without so much yellow. And then I found this other jelly print that I made. This is on deli paper, and I like the translucency of it with the other pink. So I just kind of wanted to fit that in somehow. And as with every project, there's always a lot of editing, moving things around, just seeing what appeals to me, what I like, what catches my eye. So this is just a simple hexagon kind of stencil with some nice pink. So I'm using the satin medium to get it all down on the card. And I was a little generous with it because I didn't want the paper to kind of pop up. So I went in for another layer, always making sure it's actually going to stay down. And the same with this. There are different layers. I'm sorry, there are different weights of papers that I'm putting down. So that's something to consider when you're doing any kind of collage. You know, what weight of a medium are you going to use to make it stick? Here I was using this little tool to kind of make sure everything's flat and not bubbly. And then just kind of playing with the sentiment. This is what I made it on the deli paper. I used the micron pen. And here is the little butterfly accent I thought might look nice. So I'm just kind of playing around with it, seeing where it fits. And when I make cards, I really don't like to get too busy with them because I want it to just be a nice message and something pretty or fun to look at. And then I write the little message inside. I did use the micron pen to write that, so it's not smearing. Just something to consider when you are using a medium, because this butterfly was printed on deli paper, but it was from an inkjet printer, so it does smear with some medium. So you have to just know your tools and your supplies and how they work with each other. This is just a little design as an accent. Not thinking too much, just having fun with the process. And I felt like it needed just a little punch of black in the corner to kind of bring it all together. And that little open spot is nice, kind of gives a place for the eye to rest. And here's some of the details. It's very simple and very easy to do. I did it in under 10 minutes. And then I'll just write the message inside. And that's it. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I am going to put another video that shows how I repurpose a card as well. You could use both of those ways to kind of create your own greeting cards and just have fun with it. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon.